Swearing, yelling, breaking and throwing clubs and balls, as well as a few occasional pole throws. Golf, as much as it is a game of etiquette meant for gentlemen, has had a fair share of temper tantrums throughout its extensive history. Let's dive into some of the top moments where managing emotions in this intense sport was simply not possible. 13. Go home. Happy Gilmore strikes yet again, but this time it's for a whole nother reason. After missing a putt, Gilmore shouts at the ball to go home, and then almost kills the cameraman by throwing the flagpole right after. Thankfully, the cameraman survives the throw, but Happy Gilmore is left red-faced at the end of the tantrum and, well, not so happy anymore. 12. The Furious He-Man. In a demonstration of what we can call the He-Man power, the deep-sea fishing aficionado, according to his official PGA Tour profile, Henrik Stenson infamously snapped his club in half in the middle of the fairway at the 2011 US Open. To be fair, the club was probably about to shatter anyway, judging by the relative lack of force with which Stenson hammered it into the ground, but it was still an example of the Swede's anger. "I have a temper," said Stenson. Oh boy, not another one. 11. Sergio Garcia's sand trap moment. Sergio Garcia has long been regarded as one of the finest ball strikers on the planet. Unfortunately, Garcia's unfathomable skill has been overshadowed at times by his reputation for being a hothead and his callous behavior on the course. We've witnessed club tosses and profanity. We've even seen him vent his rage in a bunker at the Dubai Desert Classic. However, his outbursts at Emirates Golf Club paled in comparison to his outbursts on a greenside beach in Saudi Arabia in 2019, where he's seen literally assaulting the sand trap in frustration. Aha, the classic Garcia. 10. Hoffman's putter ends up in a lake. A few golf tracks may genuinely get on the golfer's nerves. One such example is the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Hoffman wasn't pleased when his 6-footer for par crept under the edge in the 2008 edition of the Players. Hoffman's bogey attempt power lifted to the right side of the cup as he leaned forward with his left foot in the air, seeking to tap it in from point-blank range. The situation got the best of him, and he decided to fling the putter right into the lake, leaving everyone speechless. 9. The late fiery Bolt. Bolt's fiery outbursts earned him the moniker Terrible Tommy and Thunder. He flew clubs so frequently that when he didn't have an outburst, it was news. The circuit eventually enacted a Tommy Bolt rule regulating club flinging. Is this the law's first felon? In 2002, Bolt told Golf Digest, "Crowds like watching a man suffer. That's why I threw clubs so frequently. They enjoy seeing golf get the better of someone." And I was more than pleased to comply. 8. PG-rated Tiger Woods. Once known as the undisputed king of golf, Tiger Woods, towards the end of his career, had been on the edge ever since his infamous tales of infidelity surfaced. From throwing around a horde of X-rated swear words live on TV to smashing clubs aggressively, he's done it all. One such instance was during the 2009 Open Championship, when Tiger missed the cut at a major title for the second time in his career, the first being in the US Open 3 years earlier. Fans gathered at Turnberry's Ailsa course and watched Tiger's collapse, which included frequent club flinging and a whole lot of profanity. You surely don't want to be around your mom to witness him play. 7. Face off with the mechanic. Keegan Bradley is a passionate player, and it became even more evident during what was essentially a meaningless match at TPC Harding Park during the 2015 WGC Cadillac match play. Both the players had already been eliminated from the group stage and were simply playing out their final match as a formality. On the 13th hole, Keegan pushed his tee shot left near a fence and was going about his business with a rules official taking a drop. Miguel Angel Jimenez, Bradley's opponent, decided to stroll 40 yards from his ball to eavesdrop on the incident, something neither Keegan nor his caddy appreciated. The mechanic urged Bradley's caddy to shut up, which sparked an altercation. Steve Pepsi Hale interfered as Keegan got in Miguel's face, seeming ready to fight. The scenario is not something you'd expect to see in the middle of a PGA Tour event in a sport established on appropriate manners and etiquette. 6. Ping pong at 2005 Nashua Masters. From 2008 to 2014, Henny Otto won 3 times on the European Tour, but his amazing 6-putt at the 2005 Nashua Masters is one of the highlights of his career. Henny was visibly furious and frustrated after missing his first putt to the left, but no one could predict what happened next. Henny wasted no time and slipped his 4-foot comebacker by, but only by a few inches. He then botched his tap-in, and things quickly devolved into chaos. Henny backhanded his ball 6 or 7 feet by the cup from only 2 inches out. He rushed his next putt before calmly rolling in his 6th putt of the hole for a crowd-pleasing 10. This was definitely a game of ping pong he played with himself, and we can't say we were amused or equally frustrated. 5. Sabatini's endless tantrums. 4 years after his altercation with Woods, who's also known for his temper, Rory was at it again, this time with someone considerably less well-known and, well, far less intimidating. Rory prefers to hurl insults rather than clubs. His insults and verbal attacks are mostly directed at other players, but he occasionally lashes out at other threatening targets, like your regular volunteers attempting to help. Sabatini toppled his cowboy hat a few years back when a ShotLink volunteer marked the spot where his ball had fallen in the rough with a beer container. He was supposedly so upset that he removed his belt and threw it on the ground. Gentleman indeed. Well done. 4. Do not be cheeky with Bubba. Back in 2008, Bubba Watson was unproven and not the most popular man on the PGA Tour. When Steve Elkington, being a brazen cheeky lad that he is, teamed up with Bubba, a rather amusing situation emerged. When the two were put together for the first 2 rounds of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, it was only a matter of time until things erupted. It happened during Friday's 2nd round on the 10th hole. Bubba pulled off his approach shot after noticing Elk going full steam ahead instead of standing still in his peripheral vision, and yelled, "You gonna stop walking, man? Damn, you did it all yesterday." Insert expletive. I'll tell you what, man, veterans can kiss my bleep. The broadcasters were uncomfortable with what had gone down between the two, shifting the subject fast, but Bubba wasn't concerned in the end. He nailed the approach shot from 4 feet out. 3. Woody Austin assaults his head. Golfers should not shout profanities. Golfers should not break their clubs. Golfers definitely should not break putters with their heads. Woody Austin took his rage out on his temple and began pummeling himself on the right side of his head after leaving a birdie bid horribly short at Verizon Heritage in 1997. His actions twisted his putter beyond repair, and we were left with a memory that will endure a lifetime. Woody Austin definitely wishes the horrifying clip of him was never ever viewed again. Thankfully, we were able to hunt it down so you could watch him bash himself in the side of the head 5 times with his steel-shaped putter in his head. 2. The delirious Daly. Apart from being able to fling the ball insanely far, John Daly is known for his unique, colorful outfits that he likes to flaunt on the golf course. You'd be surprised what else Daly's popular for. Yes, you guessed it right, his temper. Duh. On one occasion, Daly struck a camera from one of the spectators' hands and smashed it brutally against a tree. He's also not at all hesitant to walk off the course mid-play if things are not really going his way. He did this twice in 1993 at Kapalua Open and again in 2011 at Australian Open. After reportedly flinging 7 balls into the water, Daly became extremely enraged and stormed back to his hotel mid-play after hurling his club. 1. Garcia's shoe, star of the show. Some have wondered and even questioned why the PGA has never taken any corrective measures when it comes to Garcia's actions, and we too wonder the same. Garcia makes it to the top of this list thanks to his temper tantrums involving throwing clubs, yelling profanities, and literally assaulting the sand bunkers when frustrated. In one particularly amusing incident during the 1999 Players' Championship, a visibly annoyed Garcia is seen throwing his shoe into the crowd. Not sure why he thinks his shoe is to blame, but any vent will do. The commentators are as surprised as the audience is. The incident has been touted as one of the most bizarre examples of what golf can do to the golfers, and we see it's definitely not a pretty sight. That's a wrap for this video. Can you think of any instances when the golfers lost their cool on the course? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. See you in the next one.